NFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Southern Hemisphere and the historic city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're...
The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of you...
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 46 yards. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
On second down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
To throw, here's Nix. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Throwing Nix. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. On play action, it's Mahomes. take him down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He's going to air one out.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Denver's offense now set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And now an audible here into something else. Now it's Nix.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Nix to the air. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They run off tackle right with Williams. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 46, here's the second down and 4. To throw is Nix.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up.
Here we go, set. Viking 18.
Here's Nix.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Back to throw. Nix. Forced out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
79 Broncos. 19 Lions.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Nix. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in the
menu. Here's another one intercepted. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They begin the drive with Williams. Powers through. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 2. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 3rd down and 13. Now they'll change things up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run. It's Williams. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here we go with Williams. Down the right sideline, powering his way forward. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos' decision. It pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll buy some time right. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Brandon Jones got in there, knocked out.
And what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
Escapes the defender. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That penalty is declined.
Now Mahomes. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection That's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Patrick Mahomes scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Nix from the shotgun. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And now they'll shift things around. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They get this out quickly to the left side. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here we go, set. 65 cat.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Looking to throw. Nix.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Williams running left. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
141 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Nix.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Marvin Mims.
39 yards.
And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of... KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start.
And he spins past him and into space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. 2nd and 7.
Mahomes now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, he has been the featured receiver on this drive. They've looked his way a number of times. Why not get it to him on third down? And they do. And they're able to keep this drive moving.
Now it's Mahomes again. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get him down after a pick here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Oh, some strong running. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll escape to his right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find the target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding the talented DeAndre Hopkins. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Throwing Nix. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Third and 4. A give to Williams, running right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. An audible here to get a new look. They're going. It's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marvin Mims with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. KC's offense ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Now they'll audible to something else. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. To throw, here's Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They try the left side here with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw is Nix. Being chased out left. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 10. 2:01 remaining. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Yellow.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Finding Kelsey.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football.
Illegal touching. Offense.
A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
70 Lions. Let's go now.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Off the play fake. Nix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that.